abstract more than what 3D logo. Oh, control Z. Abstract. Come on, this one, yeah. But then it gets bigger. Look at it going down there. No big deal. Just after where it says out, come on, paste the height attribute. Attribute add more functionalities to our elements. So look at them. But then over here, we need to what? Use CSS to control them to appear nicely. That is very important. So I would like to give this thing some quick styling using CSS, and I'm going to do things that I haven't yet explained or even introduced to you guys. Oh, my battery is 26. Guys, kindly give me some time. Very dangerous. Yeah, because when you do this, you are locking your image height and width. And when you use CSS to now try changing the height and width, it will not really mind you. Yes, it will not respond. Why? Because you have put in a styling element, an attribute that is keeping this height and width at fixed height and width. So normally, I don't do this. And also, I don't do it as well. This, no, don't. Don't bring the height here. It's in the CSS that you put this there, so that you can, wherever you want to change the styling, you by default run to the CSS, right? But as you keep developing your website and the HTML gets bigger, you even forgot that you even put a height and a width somewhere here, and then you try and be commanding the CSS, and then it will not be minding you. You are trying to make things to look different, but no, it will not really listen or act. All because you have put in a height and width attribute in the HTML element, and that has what locked them down and made them fix. So it is not a good practice. That inline styling, which we'll be talking about later on, inline CSS and then what? External CSS. We'll talk about it later. Alright, so I believe you get so let's quickly do a simple styling. We are not done for today's class. We'll be talking about tables, talking about HTML tables. So let's do I'll do a quick styling for this, okay? I'll do it very fast. Yesterday some people were like, you are going too fast. I know that was when I was doing the CSS, and then I haven't even yet started teaching CSS yet. That's why I didn't want to explain things, because I wanted to keep what I'm explaining simple. So let me do a quick styling for this thing, then we'll quickly jump on. We'll move forward. Alright, so what I'm going to do is that I will assign this div a class as a class. I hit equal to, then I'll say imgs images, and I'll copy it gently, and I'll go to my CSS. Please, if I'm going fast, pardon me, okay? When I get to the topic CSS, I'll slow down and explain things well, okay? I'll say dot, then I'll paste the name of that class, and then of course I'll say display those items. Let's say flex, and I like my flex box. And of course I'll say control plus S, go and see what happens there. Alright, I didn't see any change here, but I can just see that things are actually aligning left to right. And then that images, that particular class called images, I'm going to point the image themselves again. Oh, and of course I'll say the width should be, is it 350 that I said? 350 pixels. Oh, that's not bad. And the height, HEIGHT, I would say, let's say 200 pixels, and let's see if they don't shrink. Come on, man, they shrink. And of course I'll say 300 pixels to elongate them again. Not pretty cool. What about 500 pixels? Alright, not bad at all. So you can see that, not bad at all. So this particular image is 10. I want to say that I want to put a padding. Come on, some padding inside there. I want to add some padding, or let's say 15 pixels there at top and bottom. Where's my X? And then left and right, I want to say 20 pixels. Okay. And then consider space is not, come on. Okay, fine. 20 pixels left, top and bottom. And then left and right, I want to make it, let's say 40 pixels. Alright. And then things are actually looking a little bit better. Sometimes I want to even make this thing to even be percentages so that they even increase in a vast manner. Let's say 3%, okay, 5% for the top and bottom. Then let's say 10% for the left and right. Oh, that's not bad. Zoom out to 100%. Let's see. I can see that things are beginning to create a map for me. It's not bad at all. In these images, I can see that the size has really grown massively. I make this 250. Then the next one has to also, I have to also reduce the size of this as well to probably say 400. Alright, just to keep things in a simultaneously. And of course, I didn't forget to add the gap property. There's a gap of 20 pixels. Okay, fine. 15 pixels. To give a space between them. Okay, that is all. So when they scroll down to the bottom, then even the top and bottom padding, I want to make it like 7%. That it leaves some space again at the top even before they start showing up. So we have welcome to the world of electronics, please join whatever blah blah blah, and then some pictures are showing electronics. Alright, and we can even add an H, of course. Let's say where it says that before the images will come, as H2, a heading 2, so that our beautiful electronics. Control plus S, let's go and see. Oh, look at them. See where our beautiful electronics come, all because it has also come to align itself in the flex. When I get to flex box, I'll teach you guys everything about this. So just that flex direction. So when you master this coding, you will really know how to control every item column. Well, actually, doing this thing can cause a very big jeopardizing here, because I didn't put the H itself, this H item. I didn't really put this H item in its own container, and it will conflict with the rest, and I don't want to do anything like that. It will delay our class for today. So let me keep things as simple as they are. Okay. In the next class, I'll go more in-depth complicating. So let me get back to what I was explaining. In our code, we created a div, okay, this div element. And then inside the div, I've put in the image tag. And the image tag has this attribute called the SRC, and it's keeping the first image controller for PS5, which is what we can see here. Can I zoom out again? It's okay. And then the next one, we can see another image image again, having its own SRC, the headphone. Another image again, having its own SRC, keeping the file name. Another image again, and they'll all be displayed. But then for them to align themselves properly and nicely and neatly, then we have to use CSS to do it, so that they'll align themselves in one line across, floating from left to right. Alright, so I believe we are understanding how we use HTML to display, then CSS to give them a nice style. An image all by typing img. Then press on tab on the keyboard to automatically complete that element, giving us the beginning, the starting tag, and if possible, oh come on, image does not have an ending tag. That's amazing. As well as BR. Yeah, they don't have ending tags, only starting. And also there is what SRC attribute, and that is what is going to keep the name of the image that is going to appear in the website. And then these are all the images that we placed in the ones we created at the top inside the SRC attribute. Yeah, so like when I hover the mouse pointer on top, they are just displaying and showing me much more about the SRC. And then the out is just the attribute that is just to tell what image it is when the file itself is not there. We experimented it and we saw it in action. Someone says, what if the div is not there? If I remove this div right now, this one, and I remove this div right now, you see that the styling will disappear. Once everything got jeopardized. Bibia scattered apart. Yeah. And if you are saying that I should use the CSS to point only this image and style it, what if I go to another section in the website and I put in images? They also get the same styling. Meanwhile, I don't want them to appear or have the same styling as the other ones. You see that? So let me do Control plus Z, Control S. One good thing is that you can give this thing some, backgrounds. Okay, nice background stylings and all of this. But then let's not do that here. Let us move forward to our next subtopic for today, and that is HTML tables. HTML tables. All right, I think I dropped some notes in the group talking about HTML tables and what they can be used for. Someone has requested to join. Let me finish up and I'll work on that. So we said HTML tables are used to organize data. They are used to organize things. Okay, when you have things that you want to display them in a tabular manner, having columns and rows, then you definitely have to use the HTML tables. Let me see the image that dropped. You can see, for example, an image here. This image is an image of a table, and the table has columns. This column here is a product column. The topmost part is what tells this is a column, top to bottom. The vertical ones we refer to them as columns. Category, this is what a column. Price is a column. But when looking at it from left to right, we call them rows. Rows are horizontal, they cut across from left to right. So in our first, this is even a row, okay? Even although this is at the topmost, this is even a row. The first rows are what? Let's say the headings, okay? Then the next row have laptop, then followed by another what? Data, the electronics, another data. Then we have another row again. In that row, the first data there is what? Bookshelf. Then the second data is what? Is furniture. Then the next data is what? 115. We have another row again. We have the first data, coffee maker, and what? The next data as appliance, and the next data $50. So is it possible you can use HTML to make a nice table like this? Then we use HTML to style it. And before we continue, I want you to know that our school portals have these HTML tables that are being used to display our results. And again, when you make a student report card with HTML, let's say a website displaying something like student results and performance, you actually use tables for that displaying of things. You're not going to use Flexbox or whatever CSS to make things. They will shift and they will not be aligned. But table will keep things properly, aligned, column by column, row by row, in that order. And also, if you are creating an e-commerce website, definitely you are going to display the product categories and then their prices. In the dashboard, you will need tables to do that. And I think I've put some practical here. If I don't work with this, I'll leave it as practical for you guys to try your hands on it. And it is tactical. It is very, very tactical. All right. In the HTML table, let us look at some of the things that are there. Oh, this is yesterday's lecture. Yesterday's lecture. What are the things that are there? What do we have? What are the things that are there? First of all, we have the keyword table, which is actually the beginning part of it. The beginning is more like when you want to make forms. You start with what? The element name, forms. But this one, we are beginning with tables. So we start with the element name, table. Then we hit enter and make plenty space to now start putting in correct things there. Then we'll now specify the first element, tr. Tr means table row. Table row means we are coming to make a row. We are going to make a row. This is what? A row. This is a row. This is a first row. Okay, this is a first row. Then inside the first row, we have what? Table data. Table data is what display the first item in the first column inside that row. So let me come. So when we say table data, put, let's say for example, product there. It will display the product in the first row in the first column. Let us do it practically instead of the talking side. So I'll roll back again into my VS Code. Then under the div that is keeping the images, let me say I'll make another one. Let me say div. I can say div again. Or somebody can even say article. Article. Okay. Somebody can even say section. Some people even use section. You know, they are all very interesting. Section. Okay, meaning we are in a different section to do a different thing. All right. Now, we want to create a table. What do? We are going to start with the keyword table, T-A-B-L-E. Then press on tab to have the beginning and the closing. And hit enter so that we can make space so that we can put in our necessary or important things there. Now, we want to make a table head. Okay, a table head. This is actually our first column. Let me bring that in again. What is that? Yeah, table head. All right, so we are going to have a table head. Let me say we use th for that, th. But then before I continue, should we just begin by creating a table head? No, let's begin by making a row. Let's make a row. A row is more like this line that we are seeing here. This line here, product, you know, this what? Row. So we say that TR slash like this, okay. And BR on its own does not have a closing tag, okay. So there should not be anything like that. So just take with this BR. And how is it used? At the beginning part, I illustrated how. Let's go to the website. Say welcome to the world of electronics. Let's put the BR in front of what? The word there and see what happens. So we'll go back to that particular H1 and we're going to put the BR here. Press on tab, Ctrl plus S. I'll go back to the website. You can see that it has broken the words, you know, the next line. And BR is what does that. Imagine we put in the BR with the forward slash that you gave to us. Let's see what happens. Well, it still does the magic, but then I don't know how many web browsers will accept that. Some browsers like Edge, Safari will not understand the meaning of that particular element you've written and therefore will not apply the effect. So stick with the BR. Okay. Sometimes it's very sad to see that your website is working very well in your friend's Chrome. Then you send it again to your next friend, then he opens it with Edge or Safari, and then some things are not properly placed. You start crying. Notice that you are not yet done. You have a lot of work to do. So we are going to make a table, okay? Table under this particular item that we made here. So we said that you begin by first creating your element, a table element, by typing table, T-A-B-L-E, then press on tab. Then of course hit enter to make space so that you can put in your items there, okay? Then what are we doing? Of course, inside that particular table that we created, we want to create our first row, okay? First row. Our first row. And that one, by doing that, we type TR, and hit enter. That will create a table row for us. It's very easy. Table row. And I was illustrating it, showing using what? So if we are creating a first row, that's left to right, okay? And with that first row, we want to make the heading or the first column. We say table head. And what did I put there? Product. You can see down here, product has been brought in front of the website. Let's go back to our VS Code. And again, we repeat, TH. Again, TH. Hit on tab. Another one again. We want to put categories there. CATE categories. Do S and see if you come to the website. So the categories has come next because what it's the heading, and also it has also become a column. Yeah, because it's going to be in the same row, but then this will become a column, this will become a column on its own. Then let's add another table head again. Another table head. Let's go back and see another table head. What is that thing? Now we'll call it what? Price. This one correct, just category. Then we have the next one, TH. Now I will put the price, PRICE. Control plus S to save. Come on, let's go back and check in our website and see. So that it has all come here nicely. Let me zoom in. Control, zoom in. Alright, see them here. Alright, product, category, price. Automatically, this is a column. Yeah. And another TH, that becomes a column on its own. Another TH, that becomes a column on its own. But one thing is that because we use TH, this ones will be deepened. They will be deep bolded. This also be deepened and bolded. This also be deepened and bolded. But we want to go and make another row. Okay, this is the first table row, right? Let's make another row. TR. Hit on tab. Then we hit on enter to make space so that we can put in whatever we want to put there. Okay. This time around, we are not going to put TH there like we did here. We'll put in TD. That's table data. TD, table data. And this table data will come under the first column. Yeah, because, alright, we made a first row. That is this first row we are seeing here. And again, we did another TR again, that's table row. That's row 2. Now we are now coming to make the next row automatically. Then inside the second row or the next row, we are saying TD. That means we want to put a first data. Let's type like laptop. LAPT, laptop. Control S. Let's save and see. Let's go to our website. Because our website, laptop has come under what? Product. This is the first row, and automatically product is what? Our first column. Second column, category. Price, third column. But then we created another row again, and that one we said our TD, that's table data, the first data that we put there should go and fall under what the first column. Let's create another TD again. That TD we want to make it electronics. Now I'm also come and be under category. Let's go to our browser, our VS Code, sorry, and type TD. Hit on tab and see. Come on, put in there. What are we going to put there? Electronics. Electronics. Control plus S. Go to the website and see. So that it left some space for you. And it came and started where the category, is. Meaning it has joined the next column. Following the same row, it has gone to join the next column. And in the same TR again, let's add another TD. That means table data. What are we going to add in that one? That one we are going to put in $800. So we are going to type $800. So let me bring the dollar symbol. Now type 800. Control plus S. Let's go to our website and see. $800 as well. Come. Let me put the prices again. Let's create another row again. Another row, right? TR. Hit on tab to give us the opening and the closing tab. Hit on the enter key to make that space. And of course, what happened? We are going to put in bookshelf furniture, $150. So TD, bookshelf. Then I'll just copy that in. I'll then bring down here bookshelf furniture, and of course $150. $150, right? This is the dollar symbol, and I type my 150. Control plus S. And of course, I'll go to our website, and then that one also will need bookshelf furniture, $150. Another data again. Let's create another row. Coffee maker. Now what? We're going to make another row again. Now on the data that we're going to put the table data what? Coffee maker appliances, $50. Let's go to our coding. Let's create another table row. But make sure that whatever you're doing should be inside the table. Okay. Let the what? Displayed properly. So TR for table row. Let's hit enter to make the space. So let's say our TD, our first table data. Oh, that's nice. Coffee maker appliances, $50. Coffee maker, come on, coffee maker. Next one is what? Appliances, appliances, and that one is what? $50. Let's clean the next TD and make it $50. $50. Control plus S. Let's go back again to our website, and then boom, it shows up. That's amazing. All right. What I'm gonna do next? Let me zoom out of the website to 100% view, and then the table has been made here, but I want to make everything become big. So what am I gonna do? Remember that the table which we have just created, it is all inside this element that we created called section, right? Section. But I can just call table, and I'll just start, doing my things. So I'll say table. I'll go to my CS and say table. That means I'm calling the table. And of course, I'll say the table. I'll say the width. The width should be, let me say, 100% of the page, the view page. And since I've just, started across, that's amazing, yo. Text align. That means I want things to align themselves to the left side. Everything will begin at the left side, starting from the left side. All right, that's them over here. And also, I want to say borders. Is a border, 2 pixels, solid, and then black. That just shows a border. That's okay. And then I can also say again, this particular table which I'm having here, I want to command the table rows to also have a border as well. Yeah, the table row. So I say table, table, and I'm pointing to the table row, TR. I say border. I want the border to be what? 2 pixels. And I want it to be what? Solid border. And I want it to be what? A black color. Of course, go back there. I didn't see any effect. Happening. Probably it should be pointing towards the TD themselves. Yeah, the TDs. Right. TR and then TD. Pointing towards the table data themselves. Look at them. They've gotten their border around them. You can even decide to give them some coloring. So we can say the pixel is 1 pixel, okay, so that it doesn't get over deepened. Even if I want to remove the border from the actual table. Control S to remove the border from the actual table. You can see that the TDs are all having their own border. But what about if you give them a background color? The background color. Let's say the rows, okay. I will not apply the background color to the TDs. I'll apply the background color to the table rows. I say table, that's table row, okay. I'll give them background color. Of course, not any funny color there, but just something. Look at that. Let's say something a little bit, okay. Send this up there. Something. I want something closer to pale brown. Control S to allow that. And then this particular table here themselves, I want them to have a deepened color. So I can say again table, I'll say table TRTH. So table TRTH. And of course I want the background color to be something like this, which I'll copy and paste it there. But then I'll let the color to be deepened. Okay, Control plus S. That one got a little deepened. And even the table which I give it a width of 100%. I'll just say it should have a width of 80%. I want them to go to the left side of the, to go to the left side, and I really want it to be at the left side. Okay, so Let's let it be at what it is. Oh, and what happened to this? I wanted the color to be deepened because the header should have a deepened color. Control plus S. Alright. And what about the text? Oh, what about everything? So the table, where I wrote table, just say color. Color. Give it a color of, let's say, white. Everything should be white color. And everything I've changed to white color. And then, of course, I want to say padding. Probably padding is what we make, top and bottom should be 0. Okay, fine. Top and bottom 5, 3%. Left and right, let me make it like 7%. For real. I always see that there is a change at the top and right. Padding. Don't have any issue there. Padding spelling. Can see some underlining. Okay, because I didn't close this one. So the left and right, what if I do like 15%? I see that the effect is too much. I got to go back to 10%. It's okay. So even the text, look at the size. In the table, font size. I want to make them 30 pixels and see there can be some slight increment. Oh, that's okay. They got bigger. That's not bad at all. So let's say our products, not product. Change the product to products. Products. Let's here, Control plus S. The product category where that particular product is, and then the price. Where the step. Is it not so cool? You have your website showing the image, and you have what table showing the product and categories and things. So that's okay. Even where you wrote the TD, the TD, the TH, send a text align, text dash align. Make them go to the center, so that only the headings should come to the center, but those particular item that are listed will be. Or you can say everything should be at the center. In that case, you will clean the text align from here, or you can even leave it there, and then change the text align from the major table towards center. So everything goes to the center. This is going to be very, very cool as well. So I think we have reached 10:31. Time has not beaten us enough. So you can even say on top of the table, you can write something like H3 as header. So that our products, okay, our shops, okay, our online shop, Control plus S. Go and see what has happened. Our online shop has appeared, but you want to make it bigger. So you see that section H3. So in the CSS, I'm going to point to section, then I'll say H3. Guess what? I'm going to say text align center. I want that particular thing to go to the center. And then of course, font size, and it's going to be like, let's say 35 pixels. We got even a little bigger, man. I want it to be like 45 pixels. We got bigger. That's okay. So our online shop, then welcome to our one shop, and then our online shop. See the things. Then let's see that the table itself, the padding, top and bottom make it like 2%. Okay, so that things get a little closer. So I think this is it for our class today. We've experimented with images, and we've learned that images can be displayed on the website using the img element or tag. And also, there is also an attribute called src, or the source, which is what will display that particular picture that you have put in your folder. And you also will type the folder, the name of the picture correctly. We've also learned about favicons. Where's my note? We learned about favicons. When I say favicon, is that little nice image at the top. Oh, come on, directions. I have been going to class now. I don't miss classes. So at the top left corner, at the tab pane, okay, and favicons are awesome. When people search for our website and it appears in the Google search, this favicon also shows there, and it shows integrity, trust, and that you are real. And how do you add favicon to our website? But then sometimes it's very sad when AI gives you code and then you have to go and twist things. You don't even know where to touch because you can't even read the code yourself. Understanding the code really matters. Yes, and some things are there. You like to just do it yourself, then you just move straight forward. So that you don't have to subscribe to AI payment to what? To not get out of points. And then sometimes AI gives spaghetti code. You can't know where to change to make it fit the way you want. But when you can code by yourself, you make things very simple, plain, neat, and then what? It communicates. You are good to go. So, and I said we can create the favicon by using the link tag or the link element. Then remember that where it says real, clean the style sheet and put icon there. And then the attribute that says href, just put in the name of what the particular picture that you want to use for your favicon. And then also specify the type of what file. We say image, that is all. When you refresh your browser and make sure that it's inside the head element or the head tab. When you refresh the browser, it will show the favicon at the tab and also in your search result. Google will automatically crawl through your website and they know that, oh, this is the logo for these people. It will always show it in the search result. We've also learned about HTML tables. And we said HTML tables are used to display information in what? Columns and rows. So we start with the element name, table, and then we start by creating a row. We use the keyword tr, and that will automatically make a row for you. That will create the first row. But then we want those words to be bolded and deepened. So we said th, that's table head. That will automatically make a first item in the row and to automatically become our column, our first column. Another th again, that become our second column. Another th become our third column. Then when we are done with that, we'll jump again to create another table row. And now we are going to put td there, table data. And the first table data inside the second row, which we made, is the second row. We are actually putting our laptop as our first table data. It came under the first column. Then we put electronics as our second table data. It came under what? The next column. Then table data, that's 800, that's price. It came under the price column. And the same way we did for the others. And I said, tables can make things to be organized nicely. Instead of you coding them, you want to command them with a CSS. The table properties and elements or the table tags can help you arrange them nicely. The olden days, when CSS didn't come, they use table to arrange elements. Yeah, see that the images that are displayed on the website, they use tables to display them from left to right. They will fill here with an image, then here with text, here with what is an image, and that way was how they organize things to display in a web browser and in a website inside the web browser until someone came that, oh, this one there, I'll make CSS to style our website nicely. Then the person now what created CSS and then styling became more beautiful. So with that,